want to preface today's video with the fact that I am not a full-blown artist or good at art or anything like that. So if you're clicking on this video hoping that someone who's really good at art is going to show you how to do this, this probably isn't the video for you. But I am a very, very amateur artist who does enjoy drawing from time to time, but I would say freehand is definitely not my strong suit. So I'm going to show you a couple of tricks and hacks that I do in order to create a more, it looks essentially like you've either purchased it or you've got the art from someone else, but you've actually done it yourself for literally $0. Obviously you need to get the cost of the frame and things like that. The frames that I've used, I've picked up from IKEA. I think that they're probably $5 to $10. So really inexpensive way to do it. And again, you can just sort of do pictures or words or whatever sort of inspires you and you think that would look really nice in your space. So I'm going to hopefully show you kind of how to do that from start to finish and kind of show you what we have currently in our master bedroom. And there is, of the three that we have, I like two of them. One of them I'm not so happy about and want to redo, so I'm going to show you what I'm going to do for that in this video. So if that's something that you want to see, please keep watching. If you are new and not subscribed, please subscribe. The button's just down below the subscribe button. That would really help me out, and I think it would be awesome if you want to keep seeing more of my videos. Please hit the subscribe button and also like this video if you like more of these kind of DIY art videos. So let's get into the video and I will show you kind of what I have so far, the inspiration, and then sort of how I'm actually going to be doing the art itself. So stick around. Okay, so currently in our master bedroom, our vibe in this house, if this is the first video that you've seen of mine, is kind of like rustic, but not too farmhousey, but I do like the idea of, sort of random horses or, sort of a Highland cow here and there, but done in more of a tasteful way. So I did these drawings probably like a year or two ago probably a year ago for our master bedroom. And I really loved kind of this line drawing, mainly because for me to actually do a horse from start to finish is very difficult. Again, I'm not that good at art. So I really liked this. You can obviously tell it's a horse. The simplicity of it's really nice. And again, it's free. So I essentially just Googled horse line drawing. This one came up. I printed it to kind of, to be, I think probably the full page of like a standard kind of 8x11 printer paper. And then I used more of like a poster board that I actually purchased from Michael's in white. And the tricky thing with it is that what my trick normally involves when I'm actually trying to kind of do a drawing of my own is I'll print the piece that I want, tape it up to the wall when it's sunny out, so obviously like during the day, and then you place the paper that you actually want to transfer it on over top, and then you can just trace it. Because of the poster board being thicker, it's a little bit trickier to do. So what I actually did, and I'll show you this in the tutorial, is I would press really hard over the actual drawing so that it would almost transfer onto the poster board. And then from there, I would just do that obviously with like I think I used a pen or a pencil over. I'm gonna try a couple different ones and show you the best one in this tutorial. But you just sort of trace it out so that again, it sort of makes that impression. And then if you sort of look in the light, you can follow with a pencil on the poster board after, and then over top just do a permanent marker. So I really like this horse one. This one's kind of in the center of three that we have next to each other. So I love the look of this one. I think it's simple. I think it's a bit rustic but modern at the same time. It's not like you just have this portrait of a horse. It's kind of a little bit more abstract, but obviously it looks like a horse, but I really like this one. The other one that I really like, and again, I'm trying to figure out what the third one I'm going to do, sort of what vibe, but this one is a feather. So kind of a little bit of that like Aboriginal Native American kind of vibe, I guess, that sort of ties in with the horse, kind of that natural element. And again, really simple. I did the exact same thing just to try and kind of find the different places that I actually wanted to put the placement of it, and I just did the same transfer technique for this one as well too. So I think this one came out really nice as well. Very simple, and again, free. I just looked up a line drawing on Google and did that. The one that I am not a huge fan of is this one. So it was supposed to be lavender. So I thought, horses, birds flying, they're beautiful, feather falls off whatever. I was like, oh, in a field of lavender, why not? Obviously it looks like lavender, but just the picture that I had, like it looks very squiggly and it's just kind of looks like little like little worms at the bottom. I don't know. It was good for the time being. I wasn't obsessed with it at the time, like a year ago. I was like, you know what? We want something on the wall. We'll just kind of do that. I am now ready to do a new one. So I'm thinking wildflower, but something a little bit more simple. And I'm just gonna kind of look on Google and try and find some inspiration. And again, I'm just gonna print it on my computer and then I'll sort of show you how I'm gonna do that moving forward. But I think I might go a little bit wildflower or like a wheat, you know, sort of grain of wheat or something like that. But maybe as I'm Googling, I might find some other inspiration. And I think that that would be sort of something that will tie in nicely with the kind of vibe that we're already going with. But again, the thing that I love about this is it really, you can pay for these, absolutely. Please do that if that's something that you want to do. But you really can create these things on your own. And a lot of people like myself, you know, you think, I can't do that, I'm not an artist. You know, I understand that. But if you can trace what someone who is good at art does, again, you can reproduce something that looks beautiful and you can have something inexpensive in your home. Just because you don't have a lot of money or things to spend, it doesn't mean that you can't create things on your own. And again, that's why I'm all about DIY, is why not make something like this yourself or find inspiration from other people. That's really the beauty of Instagram, YouTube, different things like that is, you know, you might not want a feather and a horse and lavender, but maybe you want, you know, the cursive words or something that you can find online. So also along with that, do this yourself if that's something that inspires you. But also another great place if you're not wanting to actually do this yourself is Etsy. You know, Etsy has a lot of artisans who really work hard and have beautiful prints and different things like that. But also that's sometimes where I can get some inspiration of pictures that I want or different things like that. So that's actually where we got these prints behind us. I got the digital copies from Etsy. You know, you can get a lot of different things on there too. So really check that out. Be creative, try different things. Maybe you make 5 and there's actually 3 that you love or whatever. Again, I probably should have made more. I only did the 3, but today I'm gonna try and find something that kind of fits. So yeah, I think it'll be really good and we'll get into the tutorial. I'll just kind of show you what I picked and sort of how I do it with the line drawing and go from there. So let's get into it. So I've cut the new piece of poster board to the same size as the one that I had previously used. I just traced it. Here you can see me actually pushing into the paper and just tracing out the line drawing so that it makes an impression on the poster board. So I'm just going to go through, kind of do each line and just follow along sort of as I go all the way down. You can do it in one continuous line if you are doing a line drawing, but don't feel like right now you have to do that. It's really just making sure that you get an impression on the poster board. And I would say with this, push pretty hard. I found that the pencil was the best because it doesn't rip through the paper and that sort of gets the best result. So now I'm just actually tracing over the impression that I did with a pencil so that the lines are clear and I can see the pattern that I traced coming out. So again, you can, you know, freehand this and just try and keep it as close to the impression as you can. It was a little difficult for me at some points to actually, you know, sort of get it perfect, but you can just look at the photo that you have and sort of copy it to the best that you can. But just try and create that with the pencil, and then we're gonna go over it with the marker. Once you finish tracing that out with your permanent marker, I just use a regular eraser and just erase all of the pencil lines. And that is the completed look. Again, I like this better than the lavender and I think it looks nice. So I just wanted to give you guys a completed look in the bedroom. I would say these two are still my favorite, but I do think this is a king size bed. I think the look of 3 over the king size bed is a good number if you're going to be doing it like that. Try and pick 3, or you could do 5, but usually you want to do odd numbers. So just so you can kind of see what it looks like together.